We're now going to look at transitioning from the front body lock to the rear body lock, and from the rear body lock to the front body lock. Once you have control of somebody's hips, you have the ability to control their rotation so that they can't turn independently from you, but you also have the choice, if there's openings, to be able to just move between the two. Now, I wouldn't recommend going from the rear body lock to the front body lock by choice, but sometimes if you're losing control, we have to move around this. So, I have the front body lock, and maybe he ends up reaching over and trying to control my head. As he does this, I talked about keeping a good posture. Do not break your posture and then try to move. We're keeping strong posture. Look up to the sky if you have to. Actually exaggerate it that much to then shrug your shoulder past and move in to that rear body lock. If you're concerned about that weapon side, make sure we switch that body lock. Have that control. From here, Kevin manages to start reaching over. Maybe my head's too low and he's reaching over. He's trying to break my posture here. He's starting to turn into me. I make sure I turn into a front body lock. Keep that same control of the hips, but I just make sure that I get myself pulled in, have that control. Kevin reaches over and he starts trying to control my head. Maybe my posture is affected enough where I'm like, this is not a good idea. To protect myself before I get into here, if this happens, there's only so much I can do to help you. Recognize that your posture is starting to get broken. Recognize that you're too strong. And as that starts to happen, bring your hand to your head like you're combing through your hair, so that as he reaches around and tries to hold your head, he's going to always be getting blocked by that forearm. Then he tries to go through that space. That means that he has to open up that elbow to have a little bit more articulation. Watch that elbow here. Here, close on my head, nothing. If I go here, look how his elbow just opened up. One more time. Close your elbow. Do it again. There. He creates that space for me to move through with that internal rotation trying to do that. So my goal is to create a ramp where as they try and wrap around me, they're going to be trapping or getting caught somewhere up on my forearm here at a bigger space. And as this ramps down to my head, you can see it becomes narrower. The goal is, as long as they wrap on a bigger space and I can go smaller, I'm going to be able to fit through that hole. The problem is, if somebody wraps around and gets around my neck, wrap around my neck here, look how giant my cranium is. I have a big head. There's no way, now that he's wrapped around my neck, that I can pull my head through. If you wrap on top of my head like this, I don't care. Squeeze my head really tight, Kevin. Because your head is going to be relatively like the same width the whole way through. So as long as you can make sure that they don't get caught on your neck and that your posture doesn't get broken too much, you're going to be able to slide through the space. So as I'm here, and he starts wrapping around my head, I go here, hold on to me, Kevin, really tight. Don't let me go through. I lower my hips. I keep my posture strong. I back through that space. I go to a rear body lock on either side. Do not try to bring your head through that space by breaking your posture and doing this. I make sure that I keep myself strong and I lower myself out this way. Then we'll have the option of being able to turn into other takedowns if we wanted to. So here, something went wrong. I'm here. Kevin starts breaking my posture down. I move through that space. Kevin starts trying to turn back into me. I break his posture here. He starts grabbing onto my head. I move here. He starts turning into me. Every time into a forward folding takedown already. I don't want to just end up here with the person. Every time we're transitioning from back to front, I go back here. Kevin reaches around my head. I got that control. He turns back into me. Always controlling, moving around front to back, front to back. Play around with that with your partner. If you feel like somebody is reaching up, anytime these elbows open up like this, it's an opportunity to go from the front to behind them because they create this big doorway for you to move through. So don't be scared when someone tries to control your head. Understand that alignment is more important than anything else. And then if you have strong alignment, they're not going to be able to choke you. They're not going to be able to control your head very effectively. And then if your posture does start to go, recognize it before it gets too problematic, because there's certain positions that once they have you, it's so much more difficult to try and escape from something when you're fully locked in something with your alignment broken. Recognize it earlier, and hopefully if something starts to go wrong, just do the best you can to get your hands in to protect your neck so you're not getting choked, and have your partners come in to help you.